Bienvenidos a Esperanza Bense, donde la Esperanza Bense. Welcome to Esperanza Bense, where hope wins. Check out these peonies, they smell so good. Oh my goodness. I'm going to try to make this reading nice and quick and short and sweet because it's sunny out now. It was a little bit overcast, so I thought, oh, here's a jumper. It flipped over. Knight of Swords. Communication energy, quick, meaningful, logically based, intellectually based, and truthful. Cutting through the bullshit of the Three of Swords that we got yesterday and getting to the truth of the matter and hanging on to that truth and spreading that truth to others. So that's gonna flavor our reading today, and then we will get our near past, present tense, near future. Thank you for being here, and thank you for fine-tuning your free will and intuition with me today. 3rd of June, 2026. All right, 3rd of June, 2026, near past, present tense, near future. Near past, we've got the King of Wands, present tense, 9 of Cups reversed. In the near future, High Priestess reversed. So I think there is an ask to remain grounded, to take this fire that we have. This is the only upright card, so this is the only energy that's clear is what we're passionate about, what fires us up, what is the spark that's been lit, and what are we holding it down for. King of Wands can be somebody that we can depend on in our environment. A Leo, a Sagittarius, an Aries person, somebody that's able to channel their fire appropriately, calmly, sternly, and creatively. Right here in this reality, we have a Knight of Swords and we have the King of Wands. Knight of Swords brings this information in so quickly that Uranus and Gemini, that Mercury just got into Cancer. People might be communicating in very emotional ways. The words come in. The Knight of Wands is able to take that information and do something creative with it, make it fun. I was just watching a podcast the other day about these like conspiracy guys or whatever. I think it was called gosh, I can't forget. What were they called? Tinfoil Hat podcast or something? With somebody Tripoli, some guy Tripoli or whatever. But that's somebody that could like take in this information, take in this like fast influx of information, like this ridiculously quick influx of information, and actually make something creative and entertaining of it so that it's digestible for the average human being like me to be able to consume and enjoy, you know? A lot of times we consume things, right? You can take a spoonful of cod liver oil, but it might not be enjoyable, right? So the Knight of Rods, the King of Rods, the King of Wands is somebody who's mature enough, stable enough, grounded enough to take that fire and use it to sort of clean and clear what fields need to be burnt, what pine cones need to be burnt in order to flourish, but also this is the person who can make things beautiful, creative, flourishing, and entertaining and inspiring for those around them. Not just from like straight up intellectual, informational standpoint. You know what I mean? They're not just like passing the information along. They're creating with the information that they're given and making it entertaining and accessible to the rest of us. 9 of Cups reversed. Okay, well, maybe we wished for something, it didn't happen, but maybe wish is deferred. Maybe Saturn, Venus square, wish is deferred, beauty deferred, good vibes deferred could mean that like the discipline that's necessary is going to bring us what we really need. Not what we want, but what we need. With the High Priestess reversed, I would definitely wonder, at least for me personally, during that full moon in Sagittarius that we just had, I was using a lot of my intuitive gifts, and now I'm kind of spent for a little bit. I got to recuperate. So this card reminds us that we can't always be on, we can't always be connected to these other realms like constantly. We do need a break, and we do need to be human. we do need to ground ourselves, and do need to get in touch with our air and our fire, our intellectual stimulation, our groundedness, our ability to eat, our ability to, bring ourselves back down to earth. Okay, speaking of earth, I think that the Flip Your House people are back from their lunch break, so I will stop pre-recording because I thought, well, let me get this video in before the people up the street are doing that construction and we can hear it. I think my computer's smart enough to pick up what it needs to. But anyway, with the High Priestess reverse, it's like kind of an ask not to take in everything that we see in our dreams and everything that our guides are giving us, because we still have to deal with reality. We still have to live in reality. And just because we're in tune with the cycles of the moon, and just because we know that there are changes afoot, it doesn't mean that the changes are here yet. So we still have to attend to our real life circumstances, even though we're keeping our wishes alive, even though we're going to be able to blow out those candles on the birthday cake. That's how I see the Nine of Cups, as birthday cake candles. But in order for our intuition to be spot on, we need to rest and recuperate, and also realize that we can't live in that world all the time. All right, love you. Stay tuned for the astrology.
Okie dokie, so Mercury is now trining the North Node and sextiling the South Node. So we're having some mental revelations about what our true release is, that is going to bring us into that heavenly destiny situation that most of us in humanity are trying to be pulled toward. We're trying to have a higher love. We're trying to have deeper compassion. And that might actually be possible. That might actually be, these ideas might start to be revealed to us, that it's actually possible, that actually things are working, that actually, the scales are tipping towards the favor of higher love. I have an astrologer I've really followed for many years, probably damn near 30 years. His name is Daniel Welland Dowd, and he's online, weeklyhoroscope.com, and almost every single day he ends his astrology horoscope with better days and higher love are coming soon. And I really think that we might be able to conceptualize that and speak that into existence nowadays, especially from now through the end of June. I just really think we have some good vibes incoming for the actual people. Pluto power to the people. Pluto retrograde at that 5 degrees in Aquarius, bringing personal power to the individual, right? We still have that conjunction between Ceres and Uranus squaring off with the South Node and squaring off with the North Node. So like the clank, 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 the crux in the wheel, the stick in the cog, could be that like we might get surprising news in the media. We might get surprising cutoffs and surprising harvests might come in. We might get pulled by the nose. We still have that Chiron dealing with that fullest degree of Aries in the head, right? So there, I don't know. I really don't dig Uranus pulling at our destiny points. Personally, I don't dig it. Okay, it might be the Great Awakener and it might be the Great Awakening, but boy, I'm a Taurus moon, 3 degrees. I like things to be dependable, and this is rough for me personally. The South Node is also exactly conjunct my Jupiter today, so there might be some optimistic things that I need to release. I might need to really look deeply towards my own optimism and maybe ramp it up a notch. I don't know. I always say hope wins, but do I believe that? Venus is opposing the moon today. The moon is pretty much telling Venus what to do because Venus is in the moon's house. And then in Capricorn, the moon says, gotta get to work, gotta do the chores. So today might be a really great day to do chores with women. And if you are working with women or you have other women at the workplace, just be aware that that tension exists. So it would be best worked out physically or just getting the jobs done. There might be women that could support you in getting the job done if you are able to bring that tension into manifestation in a constructive way. Thank you. See you on the next one, God willing.